Do you want to know the exact secret on how to create an online course that can make you multiple crores? My name is Siddharth Rajshekar and I've created multiple crores of revenues by selling my courses, and I've helped thousands of students achieve the same. And in this particular video, I'm going to be teaching you 10 things about how you can create courses that can sell like hotcakes. And there are 10 factors. And first of all, I'm going to tell you about what should be your mindset. Two is, how do you select the niche for your course? How should you do content research? What should be your course creation process? What should be your curriculum design process? What should be your video editing, video making process? What kind of equipment and tools can you use? What should be your ideal course pricing? And how do you sell your online courses? And finally, what are the best platforms to sell your course? I'm going to be covering all of this till the end. And I would like you to stay to the end of this video. And I would like you to just type ready to learn in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or wherever, I want you to make sure you type ready to learn so that I know that you're committed to learning. Let's get in. Hey there, Sid here, and I'm so happy to have you in this particular video. I'm actually going to be sharing with you my precise formula on creating online courses. I've recorded more than 40, 50 courses over the years, done multiple crores of revenues. In fact, my top 100 students that I have taught on how to create online courses, I've generated a revenue of more than 500 crores in the last 5 years. So what I'm going to share with you over here is pure gold if you actually take this and run with it, because you would find on YouTube there are many people who teach on how to create an online course. My methodology is slightly different. I'm not a course creator only. I'm not only a course seller. I am a community builder. Okay, so let's get straight into it. The first thing is, let's get into the mindset and understand what are the three factors that are the most important when it comes to creating courses. Number one is, you always need to think win, win, win. Now, what do I mean by this? Is that there are many people online who just create courses so that they win. They just want to create something so that somebody else can buy. And they don't care whether that person who's buying the course is going to complete the course or not, because the sad truth is that on Udemy, Coursera, and all these different platforms, only 5% of the people complete the courses. And for me, that was not acceptable. So that is why when I'm designing a course, I'm not only thinking about pre-recorded courses, but I'm also thinking about gamification. I'm thinking about community and how they can win. Okay, the first win is not for my students, but my student. For example, I always tell my students this, that my students, I tell them this, that your success is not my success. Your student success is my success. So if I'm going to teach you to create a course, and if you create it well, and if your students get results, then I've done my job. That's why win, win, win. The first win should be for the person who's consuming the course. The second win should be for you as a course creator. The third win is for me. My win is your students' win and your win. Okay. So think in terms of win, win, win before you even start creating a course. Second is, you have to have a mission that is bigger than you. See, there's one thing I can say, that if I'm selling a soap, my soap is the best soap in the world. It has all the best ingredients and it's got the ultimate thing. Come and buy from me. My competitors are losers. I'm the best in the world. That's one way of marketing that many people you see they're doing outside. But the better way to do it is, even if your course is like a soap that is selling, it's like, I'm on a mission to make the world a cleaner place. And I'm looking for people who believe in this vision. Here's my soap. Let's do it together. Okay. Now, there's a very big difference on selling the vision versus selling the product as a commodity. And today, if you see most of the course sellers out there, they're selling the knowledge as a commodity. And that becomes a problem, because if they're only looking at it as a tactic that they're selling or a commodity that they're selling, over time, people will find better tactics. They'll find better places to go to. So a mission-driven business, a mission-driven course business will any day outshine profit-focused course business. Number three is the power of practice. It's like exercising a muscle in the gym. The first time you start creating videos and courses, it's not going to be as easy as you think, but the more and more you do it, you'll get better at it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to the second part, which is, how do you select your niche? Okay, or if you just type the word niche in the chat box, if you're watching this on YouTube or any other place. The second step, if you want to make a lot of money selling courses, is you got to get very clear on your topic. Think about the blue ocean. I'll give you two examples. If you position yourself as a health expert, hi, I'm Siddharth Rajshekar, I'm a health expert, I can solve all of your health problems. Now that is like, everybody is doing that. Whereas I'm going to give you the second option. Hi, I'm Siddharth Rajshekar, I'm a post-pregnancy weight loss specialist, and I help mothers get back into shape using 3,000-year-old yoga techniques. And I'm going to be creating a course, and I would like to, you know, offer you this course, which is only for post-pregnancy women who want to get back into shape. Now, this is an example of a red ocean versus blue ocean. Red ocean is what? You're creating a course where there are hundreds of courses in the market which are exactly the same. Blue ocean is where your course is standing out from the crowd, which is it's catering to a very specific market. Again, the niche has to be, you should have a unique methodology. You can't teach the same stuff. Even if you're teaching the same method, your positioning and your packaging should be very unique. So, like, everybody knows about yoga. Okay, they want to how to lose weight using yoga. Yoga is pretty much like a wide topic, even though it seems like a micro topic. But if you go into very specific, I'm going to teach you how to lose weight using yin yoga or ashtanga yoga, or let's say power yoga. Power yoga for teens. Now, if you go more narrow it down to a specific group of people and you're creating a course around that, then you will be able to make a lot more money. And I mean, whatever course you create will have an impact. And finally, number three is your course should have a potential in the market, meaning you have to look at the trends. Are people actually looking for that or not? Because if you're not following the blue ocean unique method and potential checklist, your course is just going to be one among the crowd and you are not going to get sales. You will not be able to generate sales. Now, let's go to the next part. Or if you just type the word research in the chat box, if you're watching this on YouTube and other places. The third step to creating courses that can make you crores is the way you do content research. Now, you can do content research in a better way once you know who's your micro market. As I gave the example before, if you're targeting a wide group of people, it's a very wide topic. It's not going to be attractive. There won't be a potency in that. Whereas if you target it on a specific group of people, you want to target only women or only mothers or only mid-career professionals or only teens or only parents or only fathers. Once your micro market is clear, that is the starting point to doing research for creating better courses. And because once you know what's your micro market, you'll also know what are their pain points. The pain points of a teenage girl is very different from a pain point of a 45-year-old mid-career male. And because first of all, their gender is different, their demographic is different, their age is totally different, their wants and desires and aspirations are very, very different. So once you understand your target market, understand their age group, understand their wants, needs, and desires, and once you know what are their pain points, then you'll be able to create content. And this is a part of the content research, and you can use chat gpt for all of this. In fact, when you come into my community, those of you who are not a part of my community yet, please click on the link in the description and you can actually go and come to my webinar where I will teach you on how you can use chat gpt and AI to really refine your positioning in the marketplace to launch in the best possible way. What you can do is you can go to this link. I'll just give you a link. You can go to sids.co/live and go to my live webinar, and I'll actually teach you how you can use chat gpt. Okay, so now coming back to this video, all if you just type the word creation in the chat box. The fourth step is how do you create your video content. It's like what I'm doing right now. Okay, first is you got to define the outcomes. Even when I was doing the planning for this particular video on YouTube, I looked at all of your outcomes. You're looking at selection, research, creation, like video making, equipment sales. So you need to make a list of all the possible outcomes that your target market is looking for based on the pains that they're going through. And then you got to come up with journeys. Now, what do I mean by journey? Think about point A to point B. A lot of your target market, they are stuck. Okay, your students, they are stuck at a particular point, they want to go to the next level. Now, how can you take them from point A to point B on a path of least resistance? That is what you got to do. And I give the example of Google Maps versus a real map. In school, we were taught to mug up an entire map to know where the world is and all the continents and stuff like that. But today, if you see, people don't really need that anymore. They just need Google Maps. So it is not about mugging up a map, it's about knowing where you are and where you want to go. So once you know where your student is and where you need to take them, you can actually create different kinds of journeys and milestones for that. And again, when you come for my webinar, I will actually teach you how you can design customer journeys and design products around that. And number three is gamification. Because as people are going through the journeys, when you're able to create your courses where you're able to reward and recognize your students as they complete each milestone, it's going to be easier for them to complete. It's going to be more exciting for them to complete as compared to just watching some boring video. Okay. Now, till this point, we're 9 minutes, 44 seconds into this video. We're over 9 minutes. Are you finding this information useful? Type useful in the chats, type useful in the comments, so that I know that you are actually here and you're taking notes till this point of time. Okay, so when you're creating a course, it's not just about coming up with an idea, setting up a camera and recording. There's a lot of thought process that goes behind this. And I can say that that has been my superpower over the years. Okay, I've done so many courses and helped many of my students create multiple crores of revenue through courses because of helping them think in the right way. Okay, now when it comes to curriculum design, I want you to think about this. See, in your mind, you may be thinking that if I record a big mega course with 10,000 or say 10 hours of content, people are going to be valuing it. But I'm sorry to tell you that more information does not equal to more results for your students. If that was a bulb on, type BO in the comments. If that was a bulb on, more information does not equal to more results. And that is why you got to think about micro learning. How can you chunk it down and keep it short and to the point? 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute videos. If you have a big concept to share, break it down into smaller chunks, micro learning. And I've given the example of Google Maps. So somebody has to go from point A to point B. There's going to be a path that they need to take. There are going to be some milestones or checkpoints before they reach the destination. Now, to go from start to the first checkpoint, what should they learn? What should they know? What should they do? To go from that checkpoint to the next checkpoint, what should they learn? What should they know? What should they do? And then what's the measurement criteria if they've actually got a result? So that's how Google Maps really works. And when you're designing a course, think about Netflix, think about Amazon Prime. When you're watching a TV series, let's say it's a TV series and it's like 20 minutes or 40 minutes for the TV series, just at the end of one episode, something really exciting happens and they say in the next episode you're going to be the story is going to continue, and you don't feel like closing it. You want to go and see what happens next, right? That's exactly how you need to create your courses. If you're creating your courses in a very boring way, people they won't even complete the course. So when you're able to think in terms of a TV series and make sure people complete that course in one sitting, then you're going to have a higher completion rate. Okay, so this is how you need to design your curriculum, keeping in mind micro learning, Google Maps, and TV series as an example. Now let's look at video making. All of you just type video making in the chats if you're watching this on YouTube or on other places. Now, how do you create these videos is like what I'm doing right now. So what I've done is I've basically created a mind map. I put together all of this in the mind map. And this really helps me structure my knowledge in a much better way. See, if I were to do this on a PPT, it would take me a long time to create this. Now, there are many tools you can find, mind mapping tools. So once you know what is your curriculum, what's going to be covered in each of these, like for me, it took a few minutes to put together this mind map. So even when you're designing courses, you can actually put together a mind map, and the mind map put the different modules of the particular course, and then start recording the course. Now, how does the video making happen? If you look at any video of any of my courses, it has three parts to it. It has an intro, it has a content, and it has an outro. And I'll give you an example of each of these. So an intro would be something like, welcome to the first video of this particular course. I would like you to watch this video till this end and finish it in one sitting. I want you to take a lot of notes. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be asking you to share your comments below this particular video. And then I start to teach in the video. I'm teaching. And at the end of the video, I would say, okay, congratulations, you have come to the end of this first video. In the next video, I want to be sharing with you this really powerful concept. I do not want you to miss it out. But before we go to the next video, I want you to share in the comments below this particular course, what did you learn? What are your three takeaways from this particular video? And then we'll go to the next video. Okay. Now I just give you an example, but that is how I plan all of my course video making. Is I have an intro, a content piece, and an outro, so that there's more engagement while the student is going through the particular course. And I like to keep my videos very fast paced. Fast paced meaning like people can watch it how many times that they want. They can run it at half the speed or 2x the speed, depending on their capacity to absorb the knowledge. But it's not dragging things. I've also noticed that there are some people, they do a live call with their community or small group. They'll download that video and put that and make it into a course. I'm sorry to say that that's the worst way to make a course. Okay. The best way to make a course is to have it planned and do it fast paced and make sure it is like how I'm recording this video for you right now. Okay. So keep it fast paced and to the point. Now, I want all of you to type the word tools in the chat box. There are many tools that you can use. I'll recommend a few tools for you. Now, when it comes to making videos, there are different tools that you can use. So for video making, you need to have a camera. You can start with the basic Logitech camera, or if you want to go, you can go into a high-end camera like a Canon 500D, or you can go into what I'm using. I'm using a Sony A7M III right now. It's like a high-end, not a DSLR. It's like a mirrorless camera. So you can go. There's no end to how far you can go. But I would like you all to just keep it simple in the beginning and start with just like a Logitech cam. uh, for audio, you need to have a pretty good microphone and headset. What I'm using right now is I'm using, like, this is called what's this brand? It's called Elgato. I'm using this microphone. I'm using Elgato. Okay, Elgato Wave 3. It's called. Okay. Now, if you don't have a budget for this, you can even go for the basic Apple headset. Apple headset is just 2,000 rupees. Quality of the mic is really good. And you can go to whatever extent that you want. You have even these high definition microphones. You can get the Shure microphone, you can get the Rode microphone. There are so many others that are there. I'm just going to keep it simple for this. And then you have different editing software. Like, I use a software called ScreenFlow. I use a software called iMovie on Apple. You can use Camtasia. You also have Veed. There's an online tool called Veed.io. In fact, Veed.io can be used in any platform. In fact, you can go to sids.co/Veed, and that's my affiliate link. You can actually set up a free account and start editing your videos right on the browser. It's not even on your system. Okay. So I'm not going to go into the depths of this, but I just want to share with you there are many tools that you can use. Next, all of you just type the word pricing in the chat box. How do you price a course? Now I'm going to tell you the logic behind pricing. And now that we've come to towards the last three segments of this video, it's going to be very important for you to understand that if you want to know how to create an online course that can make you crores, if you want to know what is the best pricing to sell a course, if you want to know how to pre-sell an online course, then here are some pointers for you. Okay, here are some pointers for you. Let's get into it. Number one is structure your pricing into three levels: a low ticket, a mid ticket, and a high ticket. Low ticket is anything under 10,000 rupees in Indian rupees, or anything under $200. Okay. Mid ticket is anything between 10,000 rupees to $100, and even up to say 30,000 rupees, 29,999, even going up to say $750. If you're looking at an international market, this is a good price range. And then you have the high ticket, which is anything that's above 50,000 rupees, or anything above $1,000. Now, there are many thought processes, or there are many philosophies when it comes to courses, but the way that I like to sell is I like to have a low ticket membership. I like to have a mid ticket uh, certification, membership/certification, and high ticket certification/mastermind. Okay. So all of you just type MMC in the chat box if you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, or other places. MMC: memberships, certifications, and masterminds. Now, what would be under a membership? You can have courses, you can have coaching, you can have community access, you can have certifications, and you can have weekly coaching calls. I have 5 C's. Under this mid ticket, again, certification, you can have accountability groups, you can have gamification, you can have certification, then you have your courses, you have teams, and you can put them through any kind of a tracking system. I'm just calling it a tracking system. So your pricing is dependent on what is going to be inside the course. And again, those of you who are watching this for the first time and you want to go deeper into this, once I'm going to give you the link right now. If you go to sids.co/live, come for my next webinar. I'll break this down. I'll break it down and share with you how you can do this. And at the end of my webinar, you can also be a part of my community. In fact, if you want to join my community, there's a link. You can just go to sids.co/join, and you can go to this link and directly be a part of my community if you're not. Because here, once you come into my silver membership, I will teach you exactly how you can do it. And we have something called a hackathon, and you can go through that as well. Okay. So coming back, We have different kinds of pricing in courses. And now we will look at the last part, which is last two parts, which is selling. So, how do you sell a course? All of you just type the word sales in the chat box. You must be thinking how to sell an online course. You may be thinking how to create and sell a digital course. You may also be having this question in your mind on how to sell online courses where people will really want to buy from you, or maybe how to pre sell an online course. So, let me explain that to you in this particular section. In the section, okay? Now, the best way to sell an online course are through funnels, and there are different kinds of funnels. Now, funnels are what? Funnels are nothing but filters. Funnels are a way on how you can attract the right kind of prospects coming in. You qualify them, you give them a breakthrough, and then they progress down the line to buy your other levels of products. So, if you're looking at a marketing funnel, there are four aspects: A, I, D, and A. Okay. So, awareness, interest, desire, and action. So awareness is what can you do to get more visible. You can run ads, you can do stuff on YouTube, you can do podcasts, you can do multiple things. Interest and desire, that has to be created in a particular way. You can either give away ebooks, you can do like mini courses, you can invite them to webinars, you can do workshops, you can invite them for in even a one-to-one session. And then action is where you're actually going to give them an offer to buy. So for me, the best way to sell courses over the years has been through webinars. You can do webinars as free webinars or even paid webinars. And I've been doing free webinars from day number one, where the webinar has a particular formula. You educate, you engage, and you set the expectations, and then you sell. And you sell not the product, you sell the journey. Okay. You sell, all of you just type STJ in the chat box. Sell the journey. Don't sell the soap. Sell the journey. Sell the vision. So that's how I've been doing my selling. And of course, you have other ways. You can also do community based selling. So, for example, if you're building a community of your own, you can run like contests and have a partner program where your community promotes you and you're going to be getting a lot of people through the community. This is more like having a partner program. Okay. So, when it comes to course selling, there are multiple ways you can sell, but ultimately it boils down to you having a solid sales process and a solid offer that you can offer them. And you've practiced this enough. And there has to be a front end offer and a back end offer. And I'll tell you more about this when you come into my community. A front end offer to get the people who want to invest in a low ticket. And the back end offer is what was a high ticket. You can sell that either through one to one, or you can sell it through workshops, or you can even sell it through, boot camps. And there are many things that you can do. Okay. So overall, we have covered number 9. Now, the last point as we come to the end of this video is how many of you would like to know what is the best platform to actually start selling courses? Type the word platform in the chat box. Okay. Now you may be having this in your mind. Should I put my course on Udemy or Coursera, or should I put it on these multiple platforms? And my answer to your question is very simple. Own your own ecosystem. Create a platform of your own. Of course, you don't have to build and code it on your own. I would recommend a platform that I'm using for myself. It's called Tag Mango. Okay. It's a really cool platform. If you go to sidz.co/tagmango, you can actually set up a free account over there. You can start hosting your courses, irrespective of which part of the world you're in. You can set your pricing, and you can start, selling your courses. You can start selling your workshops. You can build a community. It's like all in one. Okay, but the whole idea is to own your own ecosystem and let that be under one place itself, rather than having it on some other public domain platform that you don't own, that you do not control. So I hope I've been able to give you the best value on how to create an online course that can make you crores. This video was not just about how to create the course, it's about how to think about even creating a course. Because it's not about creating the course, it's about really making this into a business that can sustain, that can grow, and where you're not just selling your knowledge as a commodity, where you're actually building a community around a vision and a purpose which is going to stand the test of time, where people are coming and buying from you not for what you are teaching, but for who you are as a person. Listen to this. When you become the person that people want to be with, and when you are continuously working on yourself to deliver results for your students, you will have customers for life. That is the goal of course creation. It's not about pushing sales getting quick profits, making quick money overnight. That's not the goal of course selling. The goal of why I even got into this journey is to inspire an army of teachers who are doing this to create progress in society and to build digital islands of knowledge built on strong values and a strong code of honor. If you found this video useful, hit the like button over here and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done so. And I'm going to be sharing more like this in the future. All the best.